Hello, my name is Pavan Kumar and welcome to my YouTube channel. Guys, today in this particular video we are going to see the applications of NLP, that is natural language processing. Okay, so whenever you are trying to apply any kind of data science jobs or any kind of analytics jobs, so the skill set on natural language processing becomes very much important. Okay, so there are some kind of skills like natural language processing, deep learning, computer vision. Okay, so these kind of skills are they are very much high in demand, and I can say like these are the very skills which are I can say like these are the evergreen skills for the next 2 decades. Yes, I can say because like especially like when it comes to the text data or text analytics, like it has lot of demand since most of the things are getting automated, and most of the things are becoming like automation. So there's a need of understanding the text analytics. Okay, so like now let's see like what exactly the how exactly the text analytics is used and where it is used. Okay, so like we'll see like one by one like how exactly the text analytics is used. Okay, so the first application where NLP is used is we'll take an example of a company. Okay, so like there are so many companies, especially product based companies and service based company, and there are so many startups or unicorn companies. Okay, so like each kind of company like they have their own kind of product or something, or they have their own kind of service. Okay, so like they just want to understand their customers, like what exactly the customers are talking about their company, and what they are talking about their product, and what exactly they need in the market, and what exactly there's a demand in market. Okay, so these kind of all the information, these are all the details are stored in the form of text. Okay, so in this case like understanding the text analytics becomes very much important in order to understand the customers. Okay, so what we can say is like the first application is social media analytics. Okay, so it's not just about the companies, guys. Like you can also take an example of some kind of celebrities, or you can take some kind of heroes, or some kind of the people who are working in a film field or a movie industry. Okay, so they just want to know about their like how exactly their movies are running, and what exactly the ratings on the movie, and how exactly the movies are running in the market. Okay, so these are also the some kind of information which are also stored in the form of text. Okay, so in this case also it becomes very much important, and it becomes very much mandatory to know the importance of the text. Okay, so this is one of the example, social media analytics. Okay, so the second example is banking and loan processing. Okay, so when a customer reaches to a bank, okay, and he asks for a loan, or when he tries to apply for a loan. Okay, so in that case like it becomes very much important, like why exactly that customer is looking for a loan, and what is his background, and whether do he really deserves a loan or not, whether the loan can be granted to that particular customer or not. Okay, so in that case like all the information or all the details are stored in the form of text. Okay, so like it becomes very much important, and it becomes very much mandatory to understand all the details on all the background about that customer. Okay, so this is also one of the area like why where the text analytics is used. Okay, so that is the second example, and the third example is you can say like insurance processing. So this is also similar to the bank and loan processing. So when a customer tries to apply for an insurance, like so there is a need of checking the background verification about the customer, like do he really deserves to get the insurance or not, like what is the customer's detail, what is his background, like and what kind of loan, whether he wants, like whether he wants a personal loan, or he want sorry, whether he wants some kind of medical insurance, or you want some kind of any other kind of insurance, or you want a medical insurance. like that. Okay, so in that case, like in order to understand the customer details, so in that case also, like NLP becomes very much important and becomes mandatory. Okay, because in this case also the details are stored in the form of text. Okay, so that is the third application, and the fourth application is e-commerce. Okay, so when it comes to e-commerce, there are so many e-commerce websites like Amazon, Flipkart, and there are so many other websites like Myntra and blah blah blah. There are so many different kinds of e-commerce websites. Okay, so when a customer tries to when a customer buys a product from the e-commerce company, like he or she gets delivered he or she gets the product at his doorstep. Okay, so once he buys the product, and he will try to mention some of the comments or some of the feedbacks related to those products. Okay, so those details are also stored in the form of data. Okay, so in that case, like understanding the text and understanding the customer feedback becomes very much important, whether the product has to be improved or where the product is lagging. How about the price of the product, whether the product price is too costly or it's too cheap, or whether it's affordable to the customer. Okay, so in that case also, like understanding the text becomes very much important. Okay, so once we understand all these data, like it becomes very much important to analyze all these data. Then we have to come to a conclusion, like what exactly the customer need. Okay, because ultimately we say like customer is the key. Okay, so that is the fourth example when it comes to e-commerce. And the fifth application, what we can say is like it's also used in we can say like it's also used in the form of security and counter terrorism. Okay, so this is also one of the application area where NLP used for the sake of like security and counter terrorism. This becomes very much important, like in order to understand if there is any kind of some kind of terrorism activity which is happening. Like in that case, like it becomes very much to investigate the background, whatever the things happened, and whatever the data, whether the data or whether the information which is being shared in the social media, like so in that case, like understanding the data or the text becomes very much important. Okay, so these are all the some of the most important applications of NLP. So you can also take one of the other application where NLP is used nowadays. You can say chatbots, because like nowadays, like when it comes to a customer service, like nowadays chatbots has become very much powerful, most popular, and it has become most powerful for in order to get a quick response from the company, or it can be any kind of related to the products. Okay, so in case of chatbots also, like understanding the text or text data becomes very much mandatory. Okay, so I have discussed some of the few examples like where the text analytics is used. Okay, so these are all the applications of NLP. Okay, so in the coming days, like I will try to come up with more kind of such kind of contents related to the data science and machine learning. Okay, so that's all about this particular video, guys. I hope you like this particular video. Please do subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. See you on all. Thank you. Bye bye.